Top story tonight, a North Texas girl made headlines around the world when she disappeared from a Mavs game. That was April of last year. We reported on it. Well, now that case has led to a change in state laws. Last April, surveillance video showed that girl walking out of the American Airlines Center with a man she did not know. Her dad says he asked police for help, but he was told to report her as a runaway where the family lived. That's about 30 miles away in North Richland Hills. Well, 10 days later, that girl was found. She was in a hotel room with sex traffickers in Oklahoma City. The family told the I-Team and lawmakers the police department's refusal to take a report the first night cost them precious time in the search for their daughter. Now, Governor Abbott has signed a bill which will require any agency that receives a report of a missing child to immediately start an investigation. And this development follows a series of I-Team reports on sex trafficking. We have shown you how private investigators are helping detectives track down victims. We've even introduced you to a victim turned advocate with our I-Team's Ginger Allen. This first began coverage back in 2006 when that woman was convicted of prostitution. And now Ginger is back with us again tonight with a very realistic behind-the-scenes look at this crime that continues to manifest itself in our own backyard.
It does, and that's why we keep staying after it. In this report, we actually dig into some sex trafficking cases in North Texas by actually getting on a bus. This is a tour aimed at raising awareness and busting myths, and to say it opened eyes would be an understatement.
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it.
If the big screen has you connecting sex trafficking to foreign countries and kidnapping,
you have a 96-hour
what?
Good luck.
It may not be what you think.
It's not the taken, it's not the kidnap, it's not the white van.
Matt Osborne spent 12 years with the CIA. Now, once a month, he's a tour guide.
Greetings again, everyone. Now we're going to actually go on the in-motion tour.
He and Priya Murphy work with New Friends, New Life, an advocacy group on a mission to change your mind about sex trafficking stereotypes.
It's $150 billion with the B dollar annual profit industry.
Myth number one, the clients are not anyone I know. On the tour, you learn they're dads, businessmen, and as recent North Texas prostitution stings have revealed, high school teachers, football coaches, even youth pastors.
You just heard who are the clients, right? Who are the people who are having these trysts? They want to be in areas where they feel safe.
Myth number two, it's only in high crime areas. That brings us to the first stop, a well-known mid-range hotel.
It's not in the dangerous areas, it's in the safer areas.
We've agreed not to name the business because Osborne and Murphy say the locations cooperated with authorities in every case we visit on the tour. But look out the windows and you'll see we're on the east side of 75, just north of downtown. Osborne says officers were tipped off that a 15-year-old girl was being sold here repeatedly. Myth number three, the victim could never be my child.
This girl was brilliant. She'd already been identified with Mensa qualified high IQ, star on her volleyball team.
Myth number four, sex trafficking happens after dark.
9 a.m. on a Tuesday, he was told to park.
9 a.m. That's the time the trafficker unknowingly arranged the date with an undercover officer.
And it's not all the time in the wee hours of the morning or on a weekend, oftentimes during a work day, because these guys know that their wives think that they are at work, and so it's easy for them to do this.
Headed to the second stop, we continue north on 75, near 635, another well-known hotel. This one is tucked inside several high-rises. Here, they tell us law enforcement tracked down a 14-year-old girl after her grandmother called police for help. Myth number five, those being trafficked could get out if they wanted to. Osborne chokes up explaining how the officer described what happened when the teenager opened the hotel door here wearing only a robe.
He grabs it, holds it around, and he calls her by her real name. Wait, what did you call me? He says her real name again. He says, I'm sorry, I won't get a little bit. He says, your grandma sent us. We're here to rescue you. She immediately buckles her knees, grabs on it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, crying. Oh my God, get me out of here, thank you.
Osborne tells us the teen had been forced to see 2 to 3 men an hour for 17 straight hours. The next stop is a North Dallas office park, discrediting the myth it's only in homes and hotels. From the parking lot, we see rows of businesses. Osborne tells us officers eating at a nearby restaurant became suspicious of this alleged operation.
1 o'clock on a weekday, lo and behold, what do you see? Guy after guy after guy going down this alley to your right, and not the first door there, but the second door going in there. They said, holy cow, this must be a daytime establishment.
They believe this one attracted local businessmen on their lunch hours. The final stop takes us to an upscale area in Richardson, the location of another hotel franchise, where he says a 17-year-old girl was used by guests who were in town for a major sporting event. Here, he says an observant hotel manager had been trained to spot sex trafficking.
So he knew what to look for. If you see a room where there's a do not disturb sign day after day after day, if you see a bunch of guys coming in or someone just pays cash.
Osborne says this case ended in another rescue and more arrest. But sadly, heading back, Murphy wraps up the tour with an unfortunate reality.
The sad part about organized criminal industry is that when you take it out one place, it popped up somewhere else. This is why it's an ongoing fight.
And an ongoing battle to debunk those myths, to become less naive, and, as those of us on board did, to step away more aware.
That tour truly raises awareness. If you are thinking right now, that is all awful, but there's nothing I can do, that's another myth. Just like that hotel manager in that fourth case we showed you, we can all watch and we can all speak up. But this is very important. Experts tell us do not approach the traffickers nor the victims. That puts everyone in danger. Instead, you need to contact law enforcement.
And you've also found some other ways that the public, I mean, if they're seeing this for the first time and all just kind of getting slapped with this tonight.
It's a lot.
Oh my gosh, this is my neighborhood, this is my backyard.
It is.
What else can be done?
So this is New Friends, New Life, which is the advocacy group that we are talking about. We mentioned them earlier. They actually do a gently used clothing donation for women. It's the women it supports. So also that tour happens every month. It is free to the public. That's something else you can do. You can go along on that. If you're interested in the clothing donation or the tour, I've put information for both of those on our website.
And it's a reality that's hard to look at, no doubt, right? I think a lot of people would just want to turn away, and it doesn't exist, but it does.
And you said it, our own backyard. That's what people don't realize.
Ginger Allen, thank you so much.
You bet.